about this haircut is I call it something. It's called the Kelly Rippa haircut. Because if there was anyone in the world that I want to be, it's Kelly Rippa. It goes back to when my family took me on a trip to New York about 3 years ago. It was the summer after my freshman year of college, and we got to go see Kelly Rippa with her co-host of the talk show, Michael, live. And it was when I was walking that show thinking, I just felt very connected because I could see a lot of my personality in her having similar ones. And I thought, that's so cool. She gets to spend her life and she makes a living by talking. How the heck could I do that? But I never really considered it a huge possibility because that's like a long shot. That's out there. That's, 1 in a million chances that you can become Kelly Rippa. But I just remember watching her and I was in that audience and I could really see myself doing that one day. But, you kind of put it aside, dream big. Certain people that if they're really in the musical theater, they go after the dream is Broadway or the West End. And mine would be a morning talk show like Kelly Rippa, sitting there every morning, drinking my coffee and talking to everyday people. She talks from anywhere from everyday people to celebrities to politicians to, just about her life, and people laugh. And then that idea, I kind of left it for a while, but it came back up to me last semester with my internship with Rick and Bubba. Through Rick and Bubba and that internship, I learned that I can make a living and I can make a career and a name for myself by simply my mouth and by talking and my energy. And it was being on Rick and Bubba and getting to be their intern McPippet. There was different times that they brought me on, and from the really first few episodes when I was really nervous, and I would say one time I was on there and I was so nervous, but I completely just talked. I had the story and I was rambling, I was going really fast, I was really excited, and a lot of times when I get really excited, it comes off really fast, in which afterwards they asked me, how many times do you think you said like? I don't know, 50 times? They said, well, you need to double that. You said it 67 times. I didn't know how to respond to it, but I just kind of left it alone. But then about 2 days later, the other interns that were working told me that I needed to turn on the radio because they made a montage of my voice. And I go back and I was listening, and they went back and they replayed how many times I said like, and I thought, oh my, I'm talking, and I talked like every other like I said like a word. I was like talking, I was trying to tell a story like if I was talking like about my haircut, I was like it was just like a machine gun of likes. So it was from there that I really took it on my task that, to not only become a sideline reporter, but I knew if they kept bringing me on, I wanted to sound better on the radio. And it was like a trick between, I didn't want to lose my personality and my energy, but I also wanted to know how to just like present myself. But anyway, so it's all silly because it kind of goes back when I was in middle school. I had always the same haircut, and it's funny, my hair would only go about right there maybe, and it was honestly, just when I look back at pictures, it was probably just dead ends. But I remember one time when I was in high school with my friends Taylor and Caitlin, we were talking about long hair, short hair, medium length hair, and they told me I had short hair, and I was so offended. I said, I don't have short hair. They go, well, do you think you have long hair? And I said, I have medium length hair. In which then later that afternoon, my friend Steffi came up and she goes, so I heard that you thought you had long hair. But anyway, I kept this haircut, but then when I kind of started falling in love and watching the Kelly Rippa and her talk show, I really liked her haircut, I liked her personality, so I've had this haircut for the last 2 years, and it works a lot better for me. But I think, it's a little probably a long shot to go and get your haircut like a celebrity you want to be like, but at the same time, I now feel like I have the influence of Kelly Rippa and watching her and her personality. She doesn't even know who I am, but one day my dream to meet her is a dream, to get to intern or work for her or just be mentored by her would be like the dream come true. But I also have to say how much that my guys at Rick and Bubba mean to me and how much I really look up to them, and they have been my mentors, and they are broadcasted all over the Southeast. And with the interns and them, they kept comparing us, going, they're imitating radio Rick and Bubba style. And I didn't exactly get what that meant. So one day I went to Bubba's office and I go, Bubba, I have a question. And he's like, oh boy, Pip, what's gonna come out of her mouth? And I go, how did the Rick and Bubba show get started? He just laughs. He goes, well, Pip, that's a longer story than we have time for right now. Go read our book. I thought, okay, where's the book? And then they go, well, I don't know if you even have anything in copy, but in the bathroom, I found a book. It's We Be Big. It's called something like that. The link will be up or something. But I went and I read the book in about 2 days, and it's the autobiography of both Rick and Bubba and just how did the show get started. And it goes from when back, like, Rick was emceeing at his show, and then Bubba was just the engineer, but they became friends in college. And honestly, the boss never wanted Bubba to be on because Bubba was just supposed to be the engineer. But Rick, they really kind of didn't listen, and Bubba kept showing up. And he said, Rick would have Bubba read Shakespeare in a big fat Southern accent and be funny, and people loved it. They didn't listen. They didn't take no for an answer. And that's when I applied this to my own experience with Rick and Bubba. And the whole process was myself, McPippet, as I was trying to become the sideline reporter, they kept saying no, no, no. But the thing is, I kept showing up, and I wanted to be that sideline reporter. And even though no one told me I was a sideline reporter, since I told myself I was one, that's all I needed. And I came into Rick and Bubba one day, and I told them it was this light bulb that went off, and it made sense, and I got it. And I said, I'm like Bubba, and the other intern, Sam, he's like Rick, and the guys were really mind blown by my analogy and the fact that I McPippet actually got it, and which I decided to apply that as the broadcasting textbook. So We Be Big, Rick and Bubba, Kelly Rippa, mentors, people off my life that I see, and if years from now I hope that I'm making my living by the simple art of being able to talk and tell stories and make people laugh. If you guys look down on my link below, if you check out my blog site, I actually have a link called Radio, and you can find on there my McPippet recording of when I told Rick and Bubba live on the radio about how it made sense that We Be Big was a textbook. And it's quite entertaining if you have time and you want to check it out. But anyway, thanks for tuning in for another day of Stories with Pip. This is McPippet signing off.